when I entered, the first conversation was with Jimmy and the respectful person, and you spoke about empathy. And that is what is the entire goal of I'm Happiness is. So in Sanskrit, I'm Happiness means aham sukham. So let's take a pause right now. And I think everybody has a small notepad on your table. So all I want you to do is list out three things that you're grateful for today. Any top three things, and I'll be just, asking around for things that you're grateful for. So just take a moment and please write that. I can't be more honored standing here with Chiranjeev he's, I think, the biggest mentor for I'm Happiness. Chiranjeev, I would just request you to write three things that you're grateful for. What are the three things that you have talked about?
I'm grateful. I met my friend today and we had a very good conversation. We have been doing programs together and would have traveled at least a few thousand times together. And I'm grateful. I met so many beautiful people here. Thank you.
So you're grateful for Della also. Yes. Please, what are three words?
I wrote, I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for what I've received from life. And I'm grateful about feeling good where I am right now and ability to feel that I can do a lot of potential to help myself and others in the future. I'm happy about all those things.
Jimmy?
I'm grateful that everybody is here. That means a lot to me.
Absolutely.
Grateful that God has given me an opportunity to touch human lives. That's super important to me because it's a deep, fulfilling feeling. The ability to be able to touch human lives. Not everybody is given an opportunity. I'm grateful for family that is always there to support. So these are the three things I'm grateful for today.
And obviously, Chiranjeev?
When I say about being grateful, for me the biggest part of being grateful, which I realized when my son was born, is being normal itself, being a normal human being. That itself is such a big blessing towards God. When I work at the places that I do, and when I see the specially able people, and whichever way they are suffering, or people who do not have roof or food to eat at the night, just being a normal and blessed with the life that we have, the community that we have, and a community like this present in the room, just being a part of the room itself is outstanding. It's amazing. So that is for me the biggest thing. Every morning I wake up, I am grateful to God about all these things that I'm blessed with. And most importantly is about being happy with whatever is happening around me, being happy with whatever I achieve through the day before I sleep, and being happy to wake up and have that energy to love what I am doing. That itself, these are amazing things. We don't realize the value of being grateful when the life is so fast for all of us. But just to be normal and to walk in and out of your own life and your own room and in your own things that are around you, it's itself being amazing.
Absolutely. Beautifully presented by all of you. And obviously, Chiranjeev, huge round of applause for all of you guys. Whoa! So, today's conversation is about being optimist. And I took optimism as a business strategy. How did that happen? So I believe we all go through so many decisions in our life, right? Be it taking a sales call, giving a presentation, like today as well, when Jimmy would be curating this entire event, he would be having gazillion thoughts in his head that, how will it gonna be? Will the impact happen? And so many things around. But that would be one ray of hope and optimism that would have kept him going and the entire team. So that's what is the strategy I'm talking about. If I talk about the meaning of optimism, it comes from a beautiful Latin word. It's called optimum, which means a larger good and be the best. So I'll just take you around a small story that happened with a dear friend of mine. He was traveling to Europe, and he was obviously carrying the card. But then what happened? It was a Sunday, and the ATM got locked, and he could not access the card at all. And then he had an important meeting to attend on the very same day. Now, if you guys are put up in the same situation, you're traveling in a different country, and your card is locked, and you have a meeting to attend, you have no money, no access to anything, what would you do? How would you react? And would you be comfortable in taking that meeting ahead? How would your mind be at that moment? We all would go through a massive panic attack mode. You flew to another country, spend a lot of money, you have a big deal to crack, and then your phone is not working, your card is not working. What are you supposed to do? But then the next moment, obviously he got panicked, But then he directly channelized his mind that, you know what, he has to take that meeting. He has to, use that money he has spent in the travel and the stay. And he started figuring out what is the next step to hack this on the point. That's when the solution making approach comes in, like someone was mentioning on crisis management, is what the tool of wedding is. That's what life is all about. So what the friend did was, he started understanding what can be done if you don't have a money that moment. He went to a crypto center where he understood, oh my God, cryptocurrency can be changed into a local currency. And he exchanged his cryptocurrency to a local currency, and he had the access of money. And he could go to the meeting. He was all sane. That is what is optimism as a business strategy I'm talking about. To think of optimism as a business tool and not get succumbed in that particular situation. I think whenever we're taking a decision, as humans, we are really scared of something negative is going to happen. And automatically we get scared of that thought. But then when you get into the notion of, I gotta make this happen, automatically neuroplasticity in the brain happens and you feel it is very much possible. Why do you think all the political campaigns, marketing campaigns are surrounding towards positivity to make the sale happen? It's because our brains get attracted to good things and automatically that channels into something beautiful. That's what the entire sales pitch or even any political campaign you talk about, I can, we will, or achhe din aayenge. It's all about resonating good things in the society that we're talking about it. There's a beautiful research that happened in the Olympics in the year 1988. There was a swimmer called Matt. And he was, you won't believe, but whenever you talk about sportsmen, they have these sports coaches. They also have positive psychologist coaches who train them for positive thinking and keep up their spirits on. So I've studied under Martin Seligman. He's the biggest positive psychologist coach in the world. And normally how does he operate is whenever there's a sports event happening, there would be a series of positive counseling coach happening with the particular sportsman along with the regular coaching that happens. Now the swimmer was failing 100 times in all the different medals. Now obviously there were people was wondering because a lot of sponsors were dependent on him. A lot of money was banked on him. And obviously the personal experience was stuck on him. Next thing was he was given to the coach of Martin Seligman and the optimism training happened. And the decision of Olympics in 1988, he won the largest Olympics when the training of optimism starts happening. This is just one example of optimism stories. The next example is of the biggest billionaire, that's Jeff Bezos. So he have had more than 1,000 plus failures in his life. One of the biggest is he had a loss of $150 billion of toys. That's the first venture of his. But he says, optimism will keep me going. I will not give up. Now imagine a situation where you're not able to crack any deal. You're not able to have a sales that you want. What would you do? You'll be like, either you'll be on the tunnel that, I want to give up. Or either you'll fall in the stature that, I will keep myself going. Now to achieve that 1% potential is when the second lead happen. Only when you channelize your mind into something more optimistic. Now, whenever you're talking about startup and a business strategy, I'm sure we have raised a lot of funds and we are in a channel of it. There's a beautiful quote that I learned. When Skype was starting its venture, he had 40 plus investor pitches. Can you imagine 40, we would just give up in top 5, top 10. But Skype, where it is right now, in the initial days, he went to 40 investors to get the funding happened. Cisco, the computer company that we see all around, they went to 76 investors all around. Pandora, it's a beautiful iBox that they went to 300 investors when they were not getting funds. And obviously Google, they went to 350 investors before they got their first funding. Now imagine we give up when we're having the 20 investor pitches and you're like, my idea is really bad. I don't think I can achieve. But imagine the strength and the perseverance that the Google guys had when they wanted to get 350 people funding happening again and again. A small story of Brian Acton, who is the co-founder of WhatsApp. He went to Facebook, he went to Google, he went to all the top-notch digital companies to get a job, and he was rejected. But then again he quotes that, failure led me to where I wanted to be. Now imagine if that moment he would have been like, I don't want to do anything at all. But he took up those challenges and went to build his own. There's a two narrative that we can follow here. One narrative is, nothing is going to happen. Let's just stuck up where we are. But then he took, I'm not getting a job. Let's build something on my own. It just depends how intelligently you want to lead your life, either on that lane or either on this lane. it's important for business because in business we go of a lot of failures, lot of pain, lot of issues. It's just that how do you want to take up is what matters. I'm Happiness happened around 2.5 years back with just one motto, that can we actually train our minds to stay sane? And that's when I realized that the power of spirituality and science is what keeps us going. And Chiranjeev has been a great, great mentor to us. And I think he's the most optimistic soul that I've ever come across. The biggest thing that I've learned is to being grateful to the coaches and the mentors that you are having. Like for example, if you come to any of the coaches and being grateful is one of the two that is taught, that is because whenever the things are getting darker, if you want to keep your mind sane, is when you want to see the bright side. Like someone was talking about glass half full or glass half empty. Now it depends on you, how do you want to take it. Lastly, what are different tools for staying happy? Obviously, it starts from staying grateful, focusing on what do you have, visualizing the steps to reach your goals, documenting the history of your success. Do a shift exercise. This is really cool. Whenever you're feeling low in energy, just start jumping wherever you are. I'm serious. Or start shouting on the top of your voice. Or just start chanting. Channelize your energy into something really beautiful, which would sort of energize your mind. It could be any random thing. It could be just decluttering your head on your notepad. It could be as basic as doing push-ups. It could be as random as shaking your head. As simple as that, you know. Just do your shift focus energy into something meaningful. Then focusing on the small things, like you guys mentioned, you know, parents, then the energy, the current moment that we are in. Just focus on those little things, and that would automatically keep you going. And the last and the beautiful thought is ask different questions. Now, whenever something bad happens, you know, we always be like, why me? Why is it happening to me? Why I'm such a loser? But then just change your narrative to, if this is happening to me, what can be done to make it better? A solution-based approach and not cribbing-based approach. If your boss is there who's going to be like cribbing around, you know what, the sales are not happening, the deal is not happening, would you think we'll be attracting right energy there? Automatically not. So change the narrative from why to how. And I'll end the entire note with, again, a small meditation. Just close your eyes for a small moment and let's manifest beautiful things for Della and for everyone here, that I'm unstoppable. You just gotta resonate in your mind, and please say a little loudly that, you know, we all are unstoppable and we all will achieve whatever we want to do. Please a little bit, thoda bolo. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I will manifest what I want to achieve. I will crack the deal which I want. The world will be a happier place. I'm amazing. Thank you.